know. I know how I make my sweet tea at home. Y'all get some tea bags and go brew y'all some tea bags. It's not like, oh, we out of Coke.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. And we are doing something I can't even see you. We're doing something very weird today.
My butt cheek slid off.
Oh, that's not the weird thing we're doing. You couldn't have picked the worst time to throw that in there. You
said you couldn't see me, so I was trying to turn.
And then my butt cheek flew off. You're not helping
on the
things.
Edge of a park. I don't know. What is this thing?
Okay, so
barricade to hold the mulch in.
Yeah, we're at a
and
park.
I turned my butt cheeks lit off.
And there's one bench, and all the dirt. It's one of those benches that like the legs go into the ground so people can't steal it, and all the dirt's gone from under it. So I'm 5'10", 5'11", and when I sit on it, my feet dangle.
Yeah, I feel like a child.
Yeah, and it's
uncomfortable. In a high chair. And then I'm watching the children play, feeling like a child myself, and it's very awkward. I would rather just sit one butt cheek on this barricade and just.
She doesn't have her butt cheeks on me. That's not what was happening.
My two hoodies.
Yeah, we just look like creepers at the park.
You told me I look like the Unabomber a few minutes ago.
You do look like the Unabomber. We'll post a picture of that for sure. You know what I realized the other night when we were at home?
Oh God, what?
Well, see, your butt cheek has slipped off. No. I'm not a very observant person when it comes to like everyday, the stuff in our house.
Yeah.
You are. You're extremely observant.
It's because I'm always there.
Well,
I'm always there.
I realized the other day, I know what all of our doors sound like. And I don't think that's something that single people are aware of. Or not single people, but people without kids.
Oh, how know, how as a parent you can identify all those weird sounds.
Right.
You're like, that's the sound of someone making a mess in the bathroom right now.
I haven't put WD-40 on our doors in a long time.
Heck no, because I need to hear them. I need to know where they're at.
Somebody just went into the bathroom. Somebody just went into the closet. Somebody just went into the hamper. Like, we know all the noises that these things make. It's stuff that people...
The refrigerator and the pantry.
Oh, yeah.
Those are sounds I know very well.
What about you? Like, is there anything at the house that you can just look at and go, if it wasn't for the kids, I don't know that I would do this way, or I would look at things this way?
Oh, God, yes.
All the things? Is that what you said?
All the things. How... And I notice it because, like, when other people come over, like, my mom, obviously she's raised children. She's, got grandchildren. She knows a thing or two about kids. But still, there was one time she left, like, a knife or the scissors. Just, she'd been doing something on the counter. And she just laid it down. And then walked away to do something else. And I was like, nope.
No, you can't leave that there.
Nope. Because if you lay a pair of scissors down for, like, 0.2 seconds, that'll be the time that your child walks along and chops their hair off with said scissors.
These I don't think I was meant to be a parent.
What?
I really don't. I don't think I was meant to be a parent.
It's a little late to have that thought now.
I mean, no. I mean, it's not too late to have the thought now.
It's too late.
No, it's not too late to have the thought. Check it out.
I mean, you can think about it all you want to. It's too late.
It's not too late to have the thought, and I can explain why it's not too late. That is called self-awareness, is what that is. And there's a bunch of people out there who do have kids, and they shouldn't have had kids, and they don't know it. Do you understand? Like, I'm aware.
Gotcha.
I'm aware that my brain and the chemicals in my body I don't necessarily know.
So are you saying there's a lot of people walking around going, I'm a darn good parent?
Oh, yeah.
Really, they're like,
Yep.
You're really not.
It's just like those people.
You're like barely, you're like bottom of the barrel.
Right. And okay.
What if people think that about us, though? What if we're sitting here thinking, like, we're freaking awesome parents, and other people look at us and go,
no, these
what
are
you doing?
Horrible parents.
What? How do they have 3 children? Who let them do that?
Right. There's also, when you were in school, you know how there'd always be like that person that would hang around and talk, and you were just like, oh, this person's so aggravating. But they don't know. That person doesn't know. You know what I mean? And that person will never know. I'm one of those people. Like, sometimes I believe I'm one of those people that I can be very aggravating, and nobody just goes, Bob, you're being aggravating. Because I'm 34 years old.
Because you scare everybody.
I don't scare everybody. But
just now we were in the car on the way to the park. You're like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And
what? What? I was concerned about your.
Look, you weren't angry or anything this morning. Nothing crazy happened, but you were just giving off, your like Bob vibe.
I'm intense. It's morning time.
Like,
we don't get to hang out in the morning time too often.
And we're trying to do things. And your personality is very intense.
Yeah. I mean, my personality is intense, but
my personality is very passive, I think. And we're just...
It's not as passive as you think.
It's not as passive as it used to be. That's for dang sure. Kids do that to you.
Too much exposure to me.
You and the kids. Oh my gosh, I was at McDonald's the other day. Mm-hmm. And all I wanted was a sweet tea, right? And I was ordering... we were with other people. And, they ordered their stuff. And I was like, well, I just want a large sweet tea. She said, I don't think there's any sweet tea out there right now. And I said, okay. You got any back there?
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Well, give me some of that sweet tea.
I will take one large sweet tea, please, and thank you. And then I was like, God, that's Bob's influence right there. I wasn't rude. I was not rude. I was just thinking.
It's like that lady.
The old me would have been like, you out of tea? Okay, I'll just take something else. And I was like, wait, no.
Well, you've got to learn that, like, we're approaching our 40s. We're not going to have that much time left.
Oh my God!
And if I want some tea, you know what? I'm not going to let someone making a bad decision.
What happened if I came to the drive-through? Would you be like, I don't have tea out front? You're just what?
Our tea is for our drive-through customers only.
And like, even if they're like,
what is that noise?
It was a bird.
It sounded like a creature was coming.
Well, even if they were out of tea, it's sweet tea.
Yeah.
Make some.
Right.
I don't know how they make their sweet tea. If it's like, already made and they just add water. I don't know. I know how I make my sweet tea at home. Y'all get some tea bags and go brew y'all some tea back there. It's not like, we out of Coke. You don't have any more than syrup. You can't make it.
Let me change
the
subject
Coke
for a
factory.
second. Let me change the subject for a second. Some people just pulled up here at the park. What do you think they're going to think of us?
Oh man, this is embarrassing.
It's weird looking, right? Because we don't have proper mics to go. To go.
I'm holding a lapel mic on a skewer inside of two hoodies.
This is what I did this morning. I knew we were coming to the park, and I was like, hey, if we're going to sit there for 30, 40 minutes, we might as well be productive.
I'm just going to pull my microphone completely inside of my hoodie cave.
Because that makes you look better. It makes it look less scary.
It just looks like I'm talking to myself.
These people come up, and their kids are going to go, Mommy, Daddy, what are they doing?
We got to stop. And this is weird.
Their parents are not going to be able to explain it because it doesn't look normal.
It's not normal.
Let me explain to the listeners what it looks like we're doing. Okay, when you watch TV and you see like a talk show or something like that, there are microphones that are pinned to their shirt, the lapel mics. Well, those are really the only movable microphones we have. They sound good. I mean, they're good quality microphones, but they're not handheld. And we're in a situation where we should be holding a mic. And I'm not going to go out and buy brand new mics so we can come to the park one time. You know what I mean? So you bought a bunch of these wooden skewers. What are they, like 3 feet long? To put marshmallows on to like roast?
I believe they are 32 inches, Bob.
Yeah, there we go. So I broke them. Or I cut them into two like 12-inch pieces. I wrapped them in black electrical tape so they'd match, and then I just clipped the lapel mics onto them. Because
that made it better.
And now we're holding these weird, awkward little sticks
electrical
with
tape makes it acceptable.
Tiny microphones. I got big headphones on, and we have just a bag of weird equipment. And it's like I've got it hidden, so like the elements can't get to it. So it doesn't look. If you don't know what equipment podcasters use, you would look at us and go, these people they're up to no good. For sure. And the cases that everything comes in looks like gun cases.
And not to mention, there's 4 children running around this park.
Yeah.
That all came with us.
Oh yeah. We brought a cavalcade of people to this park. But that's okay. What do you think the statistics are for parks and violence and things like that?
Oh God, I don't know.
Because isn't it like when you're here as a parent, Not right now because we're the only ones here, but like when you go to a park that's like busy, I feel like
anxiety.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just where they at? Where they at? And we got 3 kids. So we're kind of like, oh, you watch that one. You watch that one. I'm gonna get this. Reagan, where you at? Run! And it's something else, you know. So for anybody that walks up on us doing this, they're going to be like extra things. Like, what are those people doing? What are they doing? I think they're recording the children. You know.
It's definitely creepy.
But back to the whole tea thing. We're getting too old. We got to do what we got to do. We can't care about what other people think or do.
Well, I really wanted some sweet tea, and I was like, if they got some back there, why can't I have it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I saw the other day? This is a deep transition, but I was driving down 17, and you remember that rest stop I stopped at that one time where the old man showed me the picture of the naked woman, and it was all weird and stuff?
Where you got violated?
Yeah, He was parked out there again.
No,
I'm telling you.
I think he's a serial. Like, what would you call that? Like, it's like flashing, but like high tech.
Yeah, it's high tech flashy.
You know, like back in the day, I remember my mom telling me, like, I think there was an instance, I don't remember the exact story, but, you know, she walked to and from school because they only lived like a couple blocks from school.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an instance of like an old man with a trench coat flashing kids, you know. So it's like, that's like the modern day version.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of like the people who flash.
It's very strange. I was running, not late for work, you know, but I was on time. If I would have been early, I don't know that I wouldn't have turned around and went back and had a conversation.
Like, what if it had been me instead of you? Would you have felt differently?
How do you mean?
If it was the same man, same situation,
but
it was me.
For sure. See, here's the thing. I didn't realize it, but he affected my life to some small degree,
He violated you.
Like, when I ride past that rest stop, I automatically go, hey, remember that one time the old creepy guy showed me the picture? I'm not, I mean, like, I'm not hurt, but I literally think about it every time I drive past that place. And I drive past that place at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Kind of like how, you know, a song or a smell or, you know, there's certain things that can really just conjure a specific memory.
Right.
And that's always going to be that specific memory you have of that rest stop. That it just so happens that you drive past it almost daily.
Yeah.
You're forever going to remember that creepy old man.
Yeah.
We should probably tell the police.
No, I'm not going to tell the police. How
many other people do you think he's done that to?
Quite a few. So I'm going to see him parked up there one day. I'm going to start leaving for work early every day. Real early every day, and when I see him parked up there, I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna have a conversation because first of all, he's old. All right, he's old. If he tries anything, I'm pretty sure I could break his hip in an instant. You know.
But do we want it to come to that? Really?
He's been doing this creepy stuff for 60, 70 years for sure. Because that don't start at like an old age. You know what I mean? No. When you decide to be creepy, that's real young. Like, you start being creepy real young. He probably, like, spied on girls and stuff in school. I mean, creepy happens young. You don't just all of a sudden be like 60, oh, I want to be creepy. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. You creepy from the beginning. So, I had someone ask me a weird question the other day.
Okay.
And I couldn't answer it immediately. It was someone I'd seen in a while, and they go, hey, you still doing that podcast? And I immediately responded with, well, if you had been listening, you would know. So I automatically know you're not supporting me. You know, I was just messing with them. It is what it is. Just playing around. And, you know, we were talking about it, and they go, why do you do it? Like, why do you have a podcast? And it's kind of a difficult question. Like, when you really think about it, I know why we started the podcast. We started the podcast because we were going nuts, and this was the only form of therapy we could wrap our minds around, you know? But, and we're still going crazy, and we probably need therapy more now than ever before.
Oh, God, yeah.
But, I've always, since the beginning of, you know, that I can remember, I've always tried to create things. I've always tried to do things to go, hey, look at me. I'm that type of person. Earlier when I was talking about, like, I don't think I should be a parent, or I don't think I was meant to be a parent, it's because I'm extremely selfish. And it takes a very unselfish person to be a good parent, you know? So I got to try super hard to be a parent because it's just, I've got a weird brain. I'm a very selfish person. But I've always wanted to create things. And I've wanted to be a comedian. You've known that about me for a long time. It's just, I don't know how to write jokes. This is more of a from the hip thing, which I'm better at for sure. But one of the things that really drives me, and here recently we haven't put enough episodes out, but one of the things that really drives me is that there really is an opportunity to make this something that provides for our family.
Yes.
Like the Patreon stuff just updated, and we were able to use those funds to help out in our household. So first of all, big thank you to everybody that's a patron. But I heard this story. I was listening to the Conan O'Brien podcast, and he had a guy on, and it was Zach Galifianakis, and he was talking about when he was a kid, he was in school, and they had like a guest come to the school and speak to everybody, and it was the guy that whistles the Andy Griffith song.
Yeah?
Yeah. So he comes, and you know what he did? He just whistled. He whistled, and like everybody loved it. And this was the impact that it made on Zach Galifianakis. He was like, he saw that happen, and he goes, wait, so that dude just came to work with nothing, and he whistled and made a bunch of money? That's out of control. Could you imagine if you set yourself up in life that you whistle for somebody and they pay you money? That's crazy, right? And that's what we're doing. You and I are sitting at the park talking, and we're gonna make some money doing it. Isn't that insane?
I mean,
and
I think we have to agree that the guy who whistles the Andy Griffith song is way more talented than we are.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
amazing.
For sure. But I think he might be dead.
He
might be dead by now.
Amazing whistling skills.
He does.
Or had, God rest his soul.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can I don't know. It's crazy. The thought that we could possibly be able to pay some bills with this, it's wonderful. Well, anyways, I basically brought that up for this one thing.
Okay.
Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show to become a patron.
Today.
That's right, today. You will get access to a bunch of bonus episodes, all kinds of cool stuff. We've got big plans. We have trouble executing those plans sometimes, but we got the plans. We have them. We actually got this one thing that I can't talk about. Oh man, I can't wait for it to happen. You know what? Let's just say you want to become a patron. So go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show and sign up today. The price point is up to you. The minimum is $1. The maximum is infinity. So if you've got those infinity kind of monies, please hang out and become a patron at patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Our kids are going to be, they're going to be doing the school thing soon, and doesn't that scare you we're going to send them out there to strangers?
It scares the crap out of me.
I'm worried about what they're going to say,
Oh God, because when they go to school, that's really your first big taste. I mean, for us, because our kids haven't gone to daycare or anything, that's going to be our first big taste of sending them out into the world without our constant presence.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh my God, what are they going to do and say that's going to reflect on us?
I don't care.
Both good and bad. I'm like, God, please let them be good. Please let them be good.
I don't care who you are. Nobody's a perfect parent.
Yeah, but the other night we took them trick-or-treating for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told so many times how polite our kids were, and that made me feel really good.
Yeah, that was good.
I feel like, they're really not, at least not always, but thank you for saying that. But no, I saw lots of kids on Halloween who were not.
Yes.
And let my kids go grab some candy and not say thank you. No, that is not okay. It's not okay to think your kid is being cute because they're being a little a-hole on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny. That's not funny.
We were teaching our kids, with a lot of the places we went to, they just had a bucket on the front porch, and take one, and every kid would be like, no, there's a bucket, I'm going to take a bucket. And we were training our kids hey,
our kids were telling each other,
take one, yeah, just take one. We got to leave for other kids.
We got to leave some for the other kids too.
We had put a bucket out on our porch, And when we got home, there was like half a bucket left. So we go inside, we start, emptying out their bags, and our bucket's still on the porch, and we're going through the candy and making sure nobody's put anything in there to kill our kids or anything like that. We're good to go.
9 minutes later.
Yeah, 9 minutes later, I walk out on the front porch. The bucket was
gone.
empty, and there was a kid walking away with a parent. And I'm like, come on, man, we know. There was nobody left in the neighborhood. You just took half the bucket of candy.
It's disheartening.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. Whatever. I'm glad all the candy got gone.
Yeah.
I just hate the thought of one kid grabbing half the bucket. Come on, man.
But I'm okay with that.
On.
I'm okay with that. They're kids. They don't know any better. What's truly disheartening about that situation is that there was a parent with them.
Right?
That's the problem.
That's shameful.
I was a kid once.
I was
one of those kids. I would take all the candy. I'd want to take all the candy for sure because you're a child. You don't understand.
I firmly believe in the freedom to have different parenting styles and different parents are going to do stuff with. I mean, because we have 3 kids and we can't parent each of our kids the same way. I know. So every parent. Like I hate the judgy parenting stuff, but I don't care what kind of parent you are. If you're okay with your kid dumping half a bucket of Halloween candy from one bucket into their bag and walking away, and
it's not okay.
And without tearing their behind up, no, that's not okay.
It's not.
That's not okay.
So circling back around to being nervous about the kids going to school.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I'm just nervous that the kids will say something weird like, Our parents go into the room and talk into microphones and don't give any explanation as to why. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
the worst thing they could say.
No, but I mean you know how kids can kids don't have a filter. Oh, my daddy, I saw him walk out of the bathroom naked and he's got big lumps. You know what I mean? They say anything like that. Some stuff could come out of their mouth that dude, why would you say that? Why would you say that in public? Why would you tell people? We all weird looking.
My daddy has no butt.
Yeah.
They've told so many people that.
Yeah, they do. It's ridiculous.
Because they've heard you say it.
Yeah. He's fat everywhere but his butt. Every part of his body is a 300-pound person, except his butt was if he weighed 78 pounds. That's what kind of butt I have, What made me think of that is Andrew sent us a news article. It was it was maybe earlier this month or so. There was this girl in Japan who was studying to be a ninja or something, but she was in school and they had to write an essay. And the teacher and she's 9 years old, 10 years old or something like that. And the teacher told the students, hey, we're going to write this essay and you're going to get extra points for creativity. So she sat down and she was like, well, what can I do to make my essay stand out so I can get the creativity? And she found this old Japanese way that you could crush up soybeans and make ink out of it.
Oh my gosh.
And it's invisible. So she hands in a blank sheet of paper and the teacher had to take the sheet of paper home and light a stove and sort of burn it to make the essay pop. I hope our kids do some creative stuff like that.
That is impressive.
Do you think her parents came up with that? Well, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't read the article fully because I don't ever do that. But from what I understand, the process she did, she had to do it for every word. So it took a long time, and you can't erase it. You know what I mean? There ain't no erasing. I thought it was super crazy. Just
I hope she made 100 and got some extra points.
Yeah. I think we talked about this before. What? But look at these pictures right here. These are playgrounds because we're at a playground.
Yeah.
These are some of the first playgrounds.
That's trapeze equipment.
Isn't that nuts? Look at those children up there.
Play with us.
Those are ladders. Those are extension ladders.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
How many? Look at that. Is that a kid up there? So dangerous. Reagan will look at that and go, Mommy, that's dangerous.
When these playgrounds first started, years and years ago, towards the early 1900s, they didn't care about kids' safety. They just cared about kids getting away. They were oh my God, please build a place for them. Just leave us alone. The stock market's going down. We're struggling. We're doing 18 jobs. These kids got to go somewhere. They got to go somewhere. They got to do something. And they put these playgrounds together, which basically consisted of big metal poles strung together and ladders. And I'm talking about 30, 40 feet up in the air.
Well, I mean, at the same time, you have to think, though, how kids have a knack of finding a way to make things dangerous.
Right.
So the people who played in all those first playgrounds, they probably, they weren't thinking like that. They were just oh, it's probably fine. And then, they let the kids on it and they're like, oh, dear God.
Well, see, this is also the difference between back then and now is like if that playground was now, it's obviously dangerous, right? And we always wait in society until something really bad happens to adjust on it, How many kids fell off of that thing and either died or broke their necks or arms before we went, maybe we should change it.
Yeah.
See, like, this playground we're at today, not we're on, this playground that we're at today, if, like, something crazy happened, they would change it. But,
well, I don't know. There is a wooden board up there replacing a broken piece.
Yeah.
But, maybe they not could have gotten it. At least it was fixed.
Well, see, this was also the same stage of America where we would take cages and build them onto the side of skyscraper windows and let our kids just sit in it. Do you know what I'm talking
like
about?
Cats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was basically like, hey, we need our kids to have some sunlight, but we can't really take them outside. So we're going to hang them out of the window.
Little window box.
Yeah, little window boxes. Well, I don't know. I'm really glad that we've moved a lot further along in society, but we're not quite there yet. We're still learning. You want to go gather these kids up?
Yeah, I was just trying to count them all.
Thank you for hanging out with me at the park, letting these kids play. What a weird place to podcast.
I don't think I had a choice.
Yeah, you didn't really have a choice. But you gotta, I guess, we found a way to find some happy, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, everybody else should do it too. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.